the fire which Aryan has, I think it's way beyond what Shah Rukh has. I can say that.
Oh.
Because Shah Rukh is someone who's always out there. You know, he never gives up. And this child of his is way beyond that. It is more about, see, the perception people have of the industry. So he's played with that.
Yeah.
It's what you see on social media, spoken about the industry. So he's used those thoughts of people and exaggerated them.
One day during the climax again, there were 2 units and Sir came, he brought us chairs. He put my sandbag down. When he's on set, he's not Shah Rukh Khan. He is just a part of the set.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Quint.
Thank you.
You know, this show is of course about showing the industry as it is, sometimes maybe slightly exaggerated, sometimes satirical. But is there a moment that you felt that, oh, ye to mere saath hua hai, or I've seen this happen in the industry?
We've all gone through a journey
in
stepping into this industry. I mean, I have seen good and bad, and that exists in every kind of field of any profession you're in. More than anything else, I think these boys and girls would be able to say more about how they feel because they've just started their careers, you know. So, I mean, Lakshya...
He moved.
He's moved.
No, I feel an instant connection with the material when I first read it.
Yeah.
I auditioned while I was shooting for Kill. When I read the audition scene, I felt that it's probably me who's talking. Also that line in the interview when he says कि सितारे तो बहुत हैं लेकिन आसमान सिर्फ एक. Of course, I'm not saying that to everybody when I walk around, but that's the attitude that I came with. You know, like my father told me कि सीना चौड़ा सर नीचे, कि सीना चौड़ा because just be unabashed, unapologetic, but keep your head down so that you stay humble. If you remain humble. So that's something that I came with. और बस उसको because आर्यन था तो उसने सबको आर्टिकुलेट करवा दिया उस जज्बात को. कहानी अगर आप सोचोगे तो काफ़ी ही इमोशंस और काफ़ी ही एक लड़के की कहानी है जो जहाँ से भी मेरी सिमिलर जर्नी रही है. मैं भी दिल्ली से आया हूँ, मेरे भी वो कहानी वही है. जो दुनिया है वो काफ़ी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है, काफ़ी लाउड है, काफ़ी बड़ी है. बट आई फील दैट आई वाज प्लेइंग आसमान, बट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू incorporate my own life in it.
Nice.
So मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया काम करते हुए.
I think this world, for all of us, it's very close to us. Whether it's hearsay, whether it's actually reality, everyone has their journey. And yes, of course, primarily it is Asman's journey that you follow, but all the characters around also have a journey. Lots of them have ups and downs. It portrays largely what this industry is about. So it is close. I mean, पता नहीं, very often you hear something, you're like, ऐसे होता है, but you don't really know. And that's what we've shown, कि ऐसे शायद होता है, maybe.
That I want to know, is it शायद हो कि होता है? That's what I want you to answer.
It's a question mark.
It is more about, see, the perception people have of the industry. So he's played with that.
Yeah.
It's what you see on social media, spoken about the industry. So he's used those thoughts of people and exaggerated them so that people connect with the show when they're watching it and they have a laugh. But it is, end of the day, it's a fiction. Nothing is exactly like how it is, but yes, every story is influenced by the society we live in, similarities and exaggeration of what happens in our industry.
That I'm playing a star kid, and more often than not, people think that star kids have it easy and all of that. So what I really learned about this is everybody, has their own challenges and all, and their battles.
Sure.
So it's never nobody at any given point can really put their feet up and just be complacent about things. I think at every step of the way, you have to fight it out and just be at it. If you're in it for the right reasons, I feel. Only then will you stay afloat, otherwise this place can drown you. Because people think that once you've cracked this or once you've done this particular film, life is set. But I think every day is a new challenge and a different challenge for everybody.
I think it's another interview that I did with him. In fact, he had said that, every Friday feels like a new day, no matter how many years you've been in the industry. So that's exactly what you're echoing right now.
Yes.
Bobby, sir, coming to you, of course, you're one of the few people here who knows Shah Rukh the closest. What is something that you feel Aryan has inherently taken from his father, and what is that one quality that is uniquely his?
I think he is unique. I think definitely you get influenced by your parents because they bring you brought up by them.
Absolutely.
So I think they've been very well brought up. The kids are so well behaved, well mannered. But the fire which Aryan has, I think it's way beyond what Shah Rukh has.
Really?
I can say that.
Oh.
Because Shah Rukh is someone who's always out there. He never gives up. And this child of his is way beyond that.
Wow.
And to have that quality at that young age, I think it must be the same how Shah Rukh might have been at that age, because I never met him at that age. God has blessed him with that. I think it's the upbringing, and I think I just love that child. I think Aryan is just amazing as a human being, as a director. I mean, it's just a great combination.
So what was it like working with him for all of you, first-time director? Was he one of those, okay, I've got my take, let's wrap up, or was he one of those, let's do more, let's do safeties?
He's a taker.
And we were the givers.
We were the givers.
Okay.
No, but it is, see, that's what, I mean, I'm taking the whole thing on my hand to speak about him, but we all have had our own ways, I mean, the whole thing, experience working with him. And me being in this industry for so many years. And being directed by a first-time director. But for me, it was like my own child. You know, like I'm working with, if my child was directing, how would I be? He kept on asking you to do more and more. And I kept listening to him. And then eventually that was his process of getting the best out of you. I mean, I have learned, but even though I'm in this industry, we always learn from what we work on. And he's made me tap into my soul in so many different ways that I could understand and do better. So that's the quality he has. He listens to you. He's a listener as well. You know, he will not just come up to you and say, I want it like this. But he would listen to you and not get into an argument. He will actually hear you out, and then he will say, okay, I understand what, I mean, he would explain it so well that you would actually understand what he's trying to get out of you. And I think we all went through that. I mean, for me, I mean, definitely I've been there for a longer period, but for them, I'm sure it was a different kind of experience. But go on, do bata.
Adding to what Sir just said, if you remember, there's one shot in the trailer where I'm running. You know, running. I'm just sprinting. There's a few of those. So I remember when I came on the set, he said, you know, you have to run from point A to point B. I said, okay, done. Action. And I run. Okay, with the intensity, with the emotion, everything. He came to me, he said, let's try a different run. I said, how do you run differently? Like you should run now. I'm 28 years old. I've been running for 28 years. I think I've been running fine. So, but then he said, no, let's try a different run. Like, you know, he showed a couple of things and we tried, then we reached a conclusion. We reached a final way of running. I saw it. I was like, okay, fine, great. It looked better than how I was running before. But when you see the entire trailer, you know, that run has so much purpose behind it now.
And he ran for 3 days.
And
Because I was shooting separately, and every day I'd be like, "Aaj kya kare? Main bhag raha hu."
But
so he did really run.
Because as actors, we are so, we are so focused on only ourselves, my vanity, my hair, my makeup, my performance. As a director, he was focusing on every aspect of it. कि जब मैं ये चीज़ काटूंगा, जब ये लगाऊंगा शॉट में, वो कैसा दिखेगा, वो कैसा होगा. So इतना महीनता है उस लड़के के अंदर, इतना महीन है वो चीज़ों में, which just was बहुत surprising था वो चीज़ उसके बारे में देखना.
But staying with Shah Rukh and staying with Aryan, Raghav, we'll start this question with you. What is that one memory from the set with Shah Rukh Khan that kind of stays rent free on your mind?
एक बार वो शूट पे आए थे और उन्होंने मुझे एक सीन एनैक्ट करके दिखाया था. वो हमारा क्लाइमैक्स ही था. वो रेत लगी है,
पूरा करके दिखाया.
पूरा मिट्टी थी वो. एंड आई थॉट कि वो मुझे बताएंगे और सिर्फ खड़े बताएंगे. एंड ही फेल डाउन लाइक आई हैड टू. ऐसे करके उनका पूरा मिट्टी वो लग रही है. एंड ही इज टेलिंग मी सर. सो वो मेरे लिए, एक तो मैं वो सुन नहीं पाया, देख नहीं पाया, क्योंकि मेरे लिए वो बहुत ड्रीम जैसा लग रहा है.
और मिट्टी से लथपथ
हो रहे हैं वो. एंड ही हैज दिस हैबिट ऑफ, यू नो,
getting into it.
हाँ, और हम यार, हम तो साला कुछ भी नहीं करते जो ये करते हैं.
और वो मार्क पे बैठे हुए थे. He sat on the mark for like at least 3-4 minutes. Then people realized that यार ये तो ज्यादा ही बुरा है. मतलब तो हमने सर को बोला.
और मेरे क्यूज देने के लिए वो मेरे मार्क में थे और नीचे से मुझे क्यूज दे रहे हैं वो, कि वो ऐसे करना है ऐसे. तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत ही नर्वस भी था मैं, बट मुझे बहुत मजा आया.
It was day 2 of our shoot. That scene is unfortunately not there. But he had to hug me and fall, and हमसे हो नहीं पा रहा था. You remember? And Shah Rukh sir was watching, and we couldn't crack it. So he said, "Do you mind if I show?" Firstly, of course. Like,
please come.
Yes. And then he said, "Anya, is it okay if I hug you?" And I was just like, please just keep hugging me. But in that moment, you know, and he fell again. He fell and he showed it 2-3 times to us. And as soon as that ended, he looked at Lakshya and he said, "Tune knee pads pehne hai na?" He was so concerned that, you know, he shouldn't get hurt, but he showed it to us without, I mean, any gear. But just his involvement. And I remember one day during the climax again, there were 2 units, and Sir came, he brought us chairs. He put my sandbag down. Like, he was just, there's no when he's on set, he's not Shah Rukh Khan. He is just a part of The set.
Yeah.
I think my next question is really fits very beautifully then for you, Bobby sir. You've of course been a part of the industry since the 90s, and today you've seen the industry evolve so much. When you look at the industry and your generation back then in the 90s, and you look at the generation today, how do you think this generation views stardom differently?
Well, I would not be able to say that because I don't really interact with any of the any of the kids who are becoming stars.
Yeah, or just the generation actors of today.
I think they're very level-headed. I think they don't throw tantrums, and I think not that the earlier generation did that, but there are a few actors who, are a little unprofessional when they become stars. That happens to some people, and I always tell every young actor, I'll tell them, I said, you know what, just be grounded, just be down to earth, because when you achieve success, you can get lost with it, and if you lose that, then you will never be an honest actor. People won't like you because you become something else. So what is most important is the love of the people, because we are what we are because the people, they give us the love.
Absolutely.
And we have to not forget that.
Okay, I have a few very quick questions. Should we just throw them open to the floor? Should I ask each one of you? They're really quick, rapid fire.
Whatever
questions.
you feel.
Just throw them? Okay. So, what's the one Bollywood myth you'd like to bust?
That it's a really glamorous industry and you don't have to do anything and just look good and just go back home.
Okay.
Good answer, good answer.
Who's the most filmy person from the cast off camera?
Off camera.
Drama.
Yeah.
Off camera.
Off camera.
सबका अपना अपना ही है यार कुछ ना कुछ फिल्मी
फिल्मी मतलब
Means full dramatic in the mode of Bollywood all
No,
the time.
one's. I don't think any of
No?
us are like that.
सब yeah, we're pretty
So what,
No, but
actors
my
are normal.
playlist is very filmy. Like I listen to Chunari Chunari and like songs from that era all the time. So
हाँ
in
ये
that
लगता है ये
aspect,
फिल्मी हो सकती है
Yeah, yeah.
हाँ.
Okay. A PR stunt you secretly love.
I mean, there's so many that happen like that.
Yeah.
And but they do it for attention, and it
Yeah.
sometimes works for them and it doesn't work for them. But that's
I think national crush.
How
It's
that
something
keeps
I
changing
fi-
na every
yeah,
week.
every new day there's a new
Yeah.
national crush and I'm amused to see that कि यार
Yeah.
हर दिन nation किसी और को प्यार कर रहा है.
Fickle, we're very fickle.
Variety चाहिए सबको. Okay, if Bollywood had an honesty award, who would win it?
Nobody. नहीं यार हम honesty मतलब
सभी honest
दुनियादारी
होते
कहते हैं
हैं.
उसको.
It's just that
हाँ, सर.
no one has a voice to
Nice
be heard,
question.
and so we speak accordingly. Most of us are politically trying to be correct.
There's
I
no
think
option.
Rashi Sawant.
See, that's a good answer.
See, देखा मैं बोला था इसी को पूछो.
इसी को पूछो. Okay, stardom today is more about followers or Friday box office.
Friday
So-
box
so
office.
will-
Box office will always be the
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
top.
Yeah.
If Aryan cast SRK in a full-fledged role, which film do you think it'd be from one of SRK's films? If Aryan had to direct him.
बाजीगर?
कोयला
Koila.
सबसे बड़ी पसंद है ये फिल्म.
I think he would create something of his own. He will never like to
Yeah.
repeat or redo something. I think he's that kind of a
हाँ,
director
actually.
who would make something which is original.
उसको
And
विजुअली बहुत ही अलग है ये
हटके
सब
है.
मतलब ये अब तक जितना भी आपने देखे हैं डायरेक्टर्स देखे हैं ही हैज अनप्रेडिक्ट मतलब आपने कभी देखा ही नहीं होगा ये ही इज टू गट्स यार मतलब वो उसको पता है क्या करना है.
कभी हम इतनी तारीफ करते हैं, मैं बस दिल से बोलता हूँ उसको नजर ना लग जाए.
I'm going to close this last question for you. If you had to describe Aryan as a director in a Bollywood movie, what would it be?
बॉलीवुड मूवी का नाम लेना है.
हाँ, Aryan Khan को अगर आपको describe करना होता है एक Bollywood movie के नाम के साथ, what Bollywood movie would that be? Since Bobby
शहंशाह.
Nice. Thank you so much, you guys, and good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.